you can imagine that there are a lot of opportunists out there. There are a lot of factors that people don't think about when it comes to lockdown. You don't think about, let's be blunt about it. People who are maybe addicted to drugs still need their drugs, right? And if drug dealers are isolating, right, it creates a drought, doesn't it? It creates a drug drought in a city, and this is happening everywhere. So what that means is that people who are addicted or do have drug habits that are of a criminal persuasion, should we say, are more inclined.
We get where you're going with this.
Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. They're more inclined to take desperate measures to get money, to get drugs, to get things like that.
But do you think do you think that generally robberies will go down, house robberies, because people are at home?
No, so burglaries, you mean?
Yeah, that's it, burglary.
So what will happen is burglaries in households may go down, but burglaries of businesses is shooting through the roof.
Oh, I can imagine.
You can imagine. So, a lot of businesses are closed. People are trying their luck, especially for resources. Like I don't know if we've got to a point where resources are. When I say resource, I'm saying things other than valuables that you can sell. I'm talking about actual food and toilet roll and stuff like that. There has been mention of the risks it poses for people that, factories that manufacture toilet roll, or factories that manufacture essential goods, or food trucks or stuff like that. Like, yes, they are at risk. On one hand, they could be because people want that stuff. On the other hand, it could be because people want to sell that stuff for a profit. If I've got a car full of toilet roll, I can just flog that on the street, couldn't I? And people would buy it because people need it. I mean, I've got a pack. It took me forever finding a pack of toilet roll. It took me weeks, and I finally got one. And that's just that can show you what sort of condition we're living in, where a pack of toilet roll, a single pack, is so hard to come by. And I know it sounds insane, like it's a joke that we're talking about toilet roll, but it just shows you how ridiculous the whole situation is. So yeah, robberies can go up as well. Robberies being the notion that you get robbed in the street, and there's violence is used to either acquire whatever you want or prior to it. So that's the sort of definition to a robbery, or at the time of doing so. So essentially a robbery is like, Faisal, give me your money or I'm going to punch you, or I punch you in order to get the money. Do you understand? Like, I threaten you with violence.
I didn't love that example. I didn't love it.
Yeah. Well, there is a risk now that people are worried that people are going to get robbed outside of pharmacies for meds, especially when certain meds they can produce the same sort of, I don't know what you want to call it, same sort of effect as illegal drugs and stuff like that. And you can imagine, I don't know this for a fact, but I can imagine that the actual street prices for, recreational drugs, if you want to call them, will shoot up as well, which makes things more... Because if this is a worldwide phenomenon, right, this is something that is affecting everybody at every level, all the way to, if you follow the chain up, all the way to the farmer that is farming cocaine. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's say let's say hypothetically Colombia, right? There's people in Colombia that are farming, I don't know, cocaine plant, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know the correct name. But even they may be affected by this virus and have to isolate or get sick or lose workers. Like, this is something that affects things on so many levels. And then it has so many repercussions that people aren't necessarily thinking about. So when we say, don't waste time, don't waste paramedics' time, don't waste police time, don't waste, the fire service time, we mean it.